Hello. Hello, hello. How are we all doing on this Monday? It is November, and my brain cannot comprehend that. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Man, I missed Ace Attorney. But I'm ready to get back into this. I feel like we paused at like the very tail end of this case that we were left off at. And I probably could have finished it last time I streamed this, but my brain and my body were really not cooperating with me. I had a very long week that week. But I've had my coffee. Yes, I'm having evening coffee again because we got some ground to cover here, especially since I won't be around for most of next week, and we got P5 Tactica coming out, so I want to make at least a little bit of a dent in this game before Tactica. But yeah, we should most definitely be done with this game by the end of the month, which is good. Probably before then, even. I may throw in a couple extra streams here and there just to cover a little more ground, but who's to say? It's okay. And again, I'm not trying to like rush myself to finish games like by a certain time. I do just want to make sure that I'm not in the middle of any game by the time P3 Reload comes out, because I really want to focus on that when that comes out. But in the time leading up to that, like, we got like 3 months to finish this, and then I think that should be enough time to, I think 2 months should be enough time to finish Yakuza Kiwami if we go into that next, if we play that through December and January. And that can take us right up to Reload. And yeah. So that's the plan. It is, yeah, it's November. It's still fall, and everybody is always like, hey, November 1st means it's time for Christmas, and like, yeah, I love Christmas and all, but like, let me get through fall first. I can't. I just can't do this. It's too early. And the longer the Christmas season goes on, the less special it feels, honestly. Like, I think part of like the excitement is the fact that it isn't like, it doesn't go on for so long, and as people try to drag it out, it just feels less special. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes it feel, I guess, just more regular, if it's a thing that just happens normally. I don't know. I'm not good at phrasing it very well. But yeah. Why don't we hop on into the game? I want to just finish off this case. I think we just had Sholmes come up on the witness stand, so let's go and get into it. And let's hope that... Oh my god, my CPU usage, once again, is spiking. Okay, that's great. Hold on. Alright, task manager, what's going on here? Oh great, I'm dropping frames, I love that. And it wasn't doing this before. Hold on, I'm just gonna clear out everything. Oh. Man. Any unnecessary tasks. Alright, music, go away, because we're just gonna be opening up the game. Because it did not use up this much CPU last time I streamed this game. It literally only started doing this since I came back from my break. But, let's see. Yeah, alright, we got that CPU usage spike. Great. But I'll keep an eye on it. And yeah, let's hope my frame rate doesn't completely bite the dust, because that would not be cool. Alrighty, I really do need a proper gaming PC. This old girl's getting a little tired. She's not built for streaming. Like, games run fine and everything on their own, but running OBS in addition to a game is a bit much for her. Anyways, let's finish off this thing. We're close to the end. But yes! Oh yes, yes. Sholmes just came onto the witness stand. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're talking about forensic analysis stuff. Hello, Hogu, welcome! This is the end of the second case of the second game. We're very near the end. I could have finished it last time I streamed this, but I was just so tired and my body was giving out. But we're here to finish it for real this time. But yes, Sholmes is here to talk about forensic science. And then his old ex, his bitter ex here, What are you doing here, great detective? Because there's some bad blood between them. They're like old bitter exes, I feel. Like, I get that kind of impression. Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not? Oh yeah, I have him in this outfit. Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met. When did they last meet? Oh my god, they are bickering like exes. Already, oh my god. I'm here for it. I'm here for this. Mr. Sholmes, please don't flirt in the courtroom. He does know Lord Van Zeeks then. Well enough to say something like that. Yeah, he knows him quite well. Oh my god. All right, we're already starting it off with the yaoi in the courtroom. Let's go. Mr. Sholmes, they may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large. That does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit.
If I may, my lord. Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say? I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Oh! You need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you had been holding. Elementary! So now, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Sosuke-san's room. Oh yeah, we're looking for Selden's, loot. This is what was happening. Yeah, Selden. The treasure is in Sosuke-san's room, his whole treasure stash. That's what we are, looking for. I just want to go back through it, because it's been like a week and a half. Something that can help us find the hidden loot. Something that he may have touched. He was living in what is now Sosuke-san's room. Do we have something that he may have touched that was present in the room?
Hello, Mercad. How are you doing today? Thanks for stopping by.
What may he have touched? Something that would have been... If it's an item, it's something that would have been in,
Hello, Neriart. Welcome.
I'm playing Rock Band and this at the same time. Like, nice, man. I miss Rock Band. Rock Band and Guitar Hero were so much fun. I used to play the Guitar Hero DS game all the time on like car rides and stuff. Yeah, it was great. But how are you doing? But yeah, do we have a person that could... A sample to help locate Selden's loot in his old room. Like... Something that may have like... DNA or something from Selden? What? Would it be him? Would it? I just dug up my Xbox 360 again. Oh my god, that's great! Nice! I love playing on like old consoles. I've been playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door recently. I'm about halfway done with it, maybe a little less than halfway done with it. I kind of forgot about it because last week I was on a Baldur's Gate 3 binge. But I will get back to that at some point. I'm playing the original GameCube version. But yeah, I love playing old games. They're a lot of fun. Something that... So, I'm trying to remember everything that went down. So Shamspear killed Duncan Ross because he was living in Selden's room, and Shamspear wants to be the person that gets to Selden's loot because he has an idea of where it could be. And that's why he was also then trying to get rid of Soseki, which then it all backfired and everything with the poison on the thing, because Olive found out how he did it somehow. And then there was that, and this, the envelope that says, yeah. Hello, Ash! How are you doing? How is it going? I'm trying to remember what was happening since I just stopped in the middle of this like a week and a half ago. So I'm trying to remember. Alrighty. His fellow cellmate. Somewhere he stored... I was gonna say, yeah, I literally stopped right at the end. I literally felt like I was about to pass out. Like, my brain and my body were just not working last time. Because I had been up at like 5 a.m. the previous day and got barely any sleep that day, so I was just exhausted. But we're here now. What would it be? What would it be? I am confused! Yeah, I was very exhausted. We don't have anything that was like in his room, do we? I mean, there's Duncan Ross, but these are his own supplies. We wait over a week for developments, I am sorry. But I'm back now, and then I'll have to wait a week again because a week from tomorrow I'm going out of town. I know. It's fine, it's fine. We'll get through this when we get through it. And I'm a little stumped. Whether a person. Something to get a sample of Selden's prints is what we're doing, right? Yeah. Something the individual has previously touched. So we need something that Selden had touched. And that also hadn't been disturbed, like, over the past 3 months since he died, right? Is that what's going on here? Oh yeah, we got the, I don't want to say, what's... Not middle-aged. Is there, like, a genre between, like 30-year-old men yaoi? That wouldn't be old man yaoi, that wouldn't be middle-aged man yaoi, unless the men actually act old, like Wrightworth, like, they act like old men. Yeah, divorce, yeah, the divorcees, yes. But yeah, literally bantering like a divorced couple in the middle of the courtroom. I see. But, yeah, something to help us find where Selden's, loot was hidden in Sosuke's room. Yeah, we got the handprint thingy. And we need a sample of something that Selden had touched. He was living in what is now Sosuke-san's room. Would it be Sosuke himself? Like, would it... That wouldn't make sense though, unless he touched something Selden touched and like... I'm so confused. Like... The man has been dead for 3 months now, right? Something like that? Somewhere in... I'm so confused. Use this! This! With, his name on the... This is it. It's this. Can we use this, like, does our Kazuma's skin print still on this? Come on, we... Aww. Sorry, I need to get the pain into my system again. That's why my right shoulder aches so much. Aww. Okay. Holy! I'm so confused. More Shamspear? I don't know. What 3-month-old prince? Like, how often do people bathe in Victorian London? Because if Shamspear hasn't bathed in 3 months, maybe Selden's skin prints are still on him. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I am honestly so stumped. I think I might need a tiny baby hand. Actually, is it evidence or person? Genuine question. Bro is stinky, absolutely. But yeah, just so I can narrow it down a bit. Genuine question. Is it evidence or person? I'm so stumped. Because this is for Selden's prince, right? It's a person. Okay, thank you. Person. And it was in Sosaki's room. What? Are there gonna be traces of a dead man on Sosaki? Is that what's going on here? Or would it be him? Although if Shamspear himself had been like snooping around in that room, wouldn't his prince be like somewhere in Sosaki's room, and then we can deduce the places he had been are places where the treasure was not? Alrighty. Well, let's try. God, God. Someone has something with them in that Selden also touched, and for some reason it doesn't matter if other people touch it. Yeah, that's where my brain is like, I guess that's why I'm confused. Like, well, just something that Selden touched at some point. I'll go with Shamspear, since they were prison besties. We will need something of Selden's in order to create the indicated solution to find his loot. And something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? From whom can we obtain a possession of the late convict Selden to create the indicator solution? It wouldn't be, or would it? Herlock Sholmes logic, baby! Yeah, let's go! Wait, didn't he... Selden didn't give Shamspear anything, did he? Like any physical possession? Did he? Did he give him a key or something? I'm trying to think. Man, I can't look at my evidence list. No, he said something about the location. You know what? You know what? Screw it.
Take that!
Alright, no. And what, pray, does said person possess that could be applicable to our purpose? Let me try again. Let's hear your new and improved powers of reasoning at work, my dear fellow. Dear me, your left eye just twitched. Are you currently concocting an elaborate excuse? Not some clever Japanese joke about a wet noodle, I hope. Ah! You got me! I died! Another Ryunosuke death. Oh my god, I got an achievement for that! Oh my god, an achievement just popped up in the top left corner. Underneath the do it for him. Normally the achievements pop up down here in the bottom right. But that's cool, I got an achievement for that, which is nice. Alright, so I'll try Sosaki now. Unless... would something of Selden's be in Sosaki's room or in his possession, mayhaps?
Take that!
Oh my god. Would it be olive then? I don't know! See, this is why I should have just saw it through to the end. Because, see, my brain forgot everything. Would she have taken something? Okay, there we go. I don't even know what it is that she has. Oh, it's the key, isn't it? It is the key. I forgot that she has a key around her neck. I completely forgot that. Wow. God damn it. I'm such a clown. Maybe even the entire circus. Oh, he's angry. That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Ew. Very true. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Sholm's skin print seeker and find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent. Ah! Mr. Shamspeare, as one great to another, I'd assure you, if the late convict's hole is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. Horrible way to phrase that. I know, that sounds so gross. Like, ew. Is it like just like skin oil, sweat? Like, ew. The truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you'll never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth.
In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key.
Oh my god, what man? She's like, oh, give it to me, the detective shan't have it! She's like, yeah, you know what? I don't care if I go to jail, I just don't want you to have this treasure. It's over, Mr. Shamspeare. No, no! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. And the trial is to admit his guilt. Did he just explode? Oh my god. He's taking confetti damage. Whoa, bro is flexible. And was this trial not to determine who poisoned him? Oh my god. Seeing him without the hat feels wrong. Oh, man. I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room, that's all. Yeah, you did a little arabesque, woo! So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? Yet after you'd killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with rent, for one thing. Mr. Gardav really has had a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease.
Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing.
Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance. But it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day.
And, if I remember rightly, Mr. Sholmes spent the whole day in there reading books.
Aw, he just like me. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Wasn't Sholmes reading Shakespeare whenever we went into the room for the Briar Road case? Went to investigate there? Was that a little foreshadowing? Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Yes, Hamlet! Ha-ha! Nice. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap.
William Shamspeare. How does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question.
From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Yeah, he was reading that scene specifically, I think. Oh, auto. Oops, I didn't mean to go into autoplay. Oops.
Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done.
Wasn't that whole speech about whether or not to, lie yourself? But Yeah. But yeah, I love that when I walked into the hospital, the two of them were arguing, and like Olive was like, "I wish you died from that poison." I mean, now we know she did it, but yeah.
At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
The gas supply and my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive.
The gas supply?
Yes. The stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason.
That's no joke.
They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please! Don't stay there! I don't care how cheap it is.
To be or not to be monologue is so funny. He's like, yeah, should I kill myself? Yes or no? Yeah! He's like, yeah. Is it better to just suffer in this hellish life? Alright then. If it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I'd better not. We said we wait until we graduate before we told our parents, remember?
But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell a victim to the gas. If only I'd known what was going to happen, I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day while I was there. He walked up the road to Grub's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
Or is that publishing? Publishing? That place is cursed, I tell you! Cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me!
I wake up in the middle of the night, freezing to death because the stove has gone out. The room is full of gas, and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked. No problem there.
It's like, I'm the problem! That's what they're thinking!
But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
A rumor? Ah, you mean...
Yes. Everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes.
How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though?
My PC battery is very low. No, it is not. It is plugged in and it's at 100%. My computer is stupid and I think I need a new one.
Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this at one of the black markets in the East End.
A black market?
I'd never been. I'd just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident? Or was it murder?
And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait. If Mr. Shamspeare was innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. Man, she's...
I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shamspeare. And then I wrote him this little note.
You know, this is... Man, you know what? I love a good little revenge plot from for a woman like this. You know what? It's kind of girl boss of her, I guess.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked.
And of course, Mr. Shamspeare followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. So I smeared a good amount of the poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done, and that it was all just some wild fantasy.
Yeah, she's so cunty for this. Exactly. Let's go. You know what? Some crimes. Sometimes women are allowed to do things, you know.
Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done and the culprit would get his just desserts.
Ooh, man, she's like, I have no regrets. Even after being caught, no regrets. Good for her. This is not an endorsement of real life attempted murder. I just think that's pretty cool of her. That any crime should be excused if it's kind of funny. Yeah, this is kind of funny.
I think, and it's not like he actually died, so... Yeah.
And he would have woken up anyway. Like, we didn't do anything to Shamspeare collapsed over the table, so he would have regained consciousness anyway. So yeah. 3 days ago, when you first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. But also, wait, this case also has some international implications, it seems, because of, what Susato said at the end of the first case of this game. I'm scared. I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we would subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It has been a long road, my Nipponese friend. Yes? I missed that fruity little point. And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you. Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green.
Yes, my lord?
You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom, as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shamspeare.
Yes, I know.
And you, Mr. Shamspeare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Sosuke Natsume here present. Does Selden's treasure have something to do with whatever international shenanigans are going on? I'm trying to think. Because, I mean, we know how to find Selden's treasure. So, is that what we're gonna do next? Is that gonna be an issue?
Mr. Norohodo?
Yes?
Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from...
Ryunosuke. I was just thinking, please don't let this be an Adrian Andrews moment where the lawyer's just like, oh, by the way, she tried to kill herself. All right, at least he's not being a bitch about it like Edgeworth. At least he's not being like, if you die, then I don't care. Ryunosuke respects women. He's a feminist.
I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind.
To be... Aha! Yes, there it is!
That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems.
Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. Aw, that's really sweet. Aw. And I'd like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Shamspeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. I knew you were gonna bring up the Edgeworth thing. Literally one of the... I need to think about my top 3 Edgeworth moments. Like, I have my top 3 Phoenix moments in the original trilogy. Number 3 being running across a burning bridge, falling 40 feet into a fast-moving river below that was really cold and with rocky spikes around it, and only getting a cold from that. Number 2 eating the glass necklace that contained poison, and number 1, only being offended at the word bottom in April May's insult. And I need to think about my Edgeworth moments too. I think indeed, either indeed, verily I say, ergo, or I was hoping to come up with a question when I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I feel like they're kind of like in the same boat, but the Adrian Andrews thing is definitely going to be in top 3 Edgeworth moments. I need to think about what the other ones would be. I need to think of the original trilogy. But yeah, the Adrian Andrews moment, for sure. And then I need to think on this. How, oh god. Anyways.
Aww. Because of you, I chose life, not death. And now, you've made the truth come out at last.
Is that an Eiffel Tower hairpin? I literally just noticed that.
Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, Miss Green.
Mr. Sosuke Natsume? Yes, my lord. The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord. Alrighty. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty! Confetti! How much did they beat up Shakespeare to get this much confetti? Since that seems to be where confetti is made, by beating up thespians in Victorian London. Yippee! Court is adjourned! And the rap, yeah, they're just shaking him, and that's where all the confetti's dropping from. Oh, yes. Yes, at last. Divine justice duly done! Justice doesn't start with D. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would show... Bro! Sholmes! What is wrong with you? I think that is a very majestic mustache. Come on. Justice, yeah.
This has nothing to do with my mustache! Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sholmes.
Welcome straight to Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Once again, giggles. I'm scared. You saved me from doom! I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost as many days. Man, please give him a break. I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only... the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived a life through friendly old books. He's just like me. He's like, fuck this place, I'm going home, yeah. Goes through 3 trials in the span of like 6 months, yeah. The third is him going in the testifying in the Susato, the Ryutaro case, right? Cause yeah, he's been the defendant twice and then on the witness stand. Please give him a break.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
Yeah. I bet he's just happy to not be on the witness side. Or not be in the defendant's corner for once. But a week ago now, I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not?
You did. And I've seen more of life this week than all my years to date. And for the first time, I feel like I've begun to see the true faith of the English that's so far been hiding from behind the wall of fog.
Yeah, you're realizing that they suck?
My dear fellow, there is nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it.
The end of 1-4 is so funny, because it's like, I'll never set foot in a courtroom again, and then, yeah. Honey, you got a big storm coming. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences.
Yes, I think you're right. I've finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live.
Well said. I've kind of feel the same way. Yeah, he was studying English too. Was it like the English language or English literature?
I've made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan.
English language, okay.
Just when we become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know, that does tug at my heartstrings, it really does.
But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own.
A novel of sorts, I suppose. About being a cat. So he was studying literature, but Ryu was an English major. Okay, I see.
Oh my, so you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful!
I saw that this pose. Is that foreshadowing what your work is gonna be about, Soseki? I mean, I would have presumed to call it literature.
Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache. I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
Naruhodo Bloodline is like, we love liberal arts. Yeah, to English and then theater and the arts, yeah.
I, for one, would love to read your work.
Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious. From a battle with the Reaper. Yeah, what's the story between you two? I need the details.
And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor.
The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes! Faced with such a terrifying prospect? Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
But that's not why I'm leaving! I mean it!
Yeah, it's okay.
Objection? Who's objecting? Oh, is that him? Aww. But it's okay, buddy. It's okay. You need to go someplace that's, like, healthy for you. Now it's the case we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. And then, why is this worth summoning Susato home over? Does it have something to do with Selden's treasure? Sasuke-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotomo was prompted to visit the scholar. Uh-oh. Barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well, on the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. I'm scared. Teehee! The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial. On the following day. Okay, oh god. There it is. There it is. I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared. I'm so scared. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh yeah, he's got his goggles on.
Oh, well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous of you. To uncover the secret hiding place in just one day?
Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? Maybe he only spent 30 minutes doing it, and he just spent the rest of that 24-hour period, like, sleeping. As I believe I told you, my dear fellow, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson? Alright. Hi, Potato Man. I miss you.
Grexy's been happily munching in agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley. Happily? I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth.
So, it transpires that the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is the loot? Let us look then, if you're ready. Let's examine the late burglar's hole. What the? What is that? A collar?
It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar.
A collar? It's huge, though. Oh my god, is it like the collar that, Sholmes says that Ryunosuke wears on his arm? The collar for a dog with an extremely long neck? Is this the one for a dog with an extremely thick neck?
And look at all the gemstones set in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt.
Wheeze. Yeah.
Oh, have you noticed?
Oh god, oh. Blood! There's blood. Uh-oh. You think Selden killed whoever was wearing this? It could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it.
On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt.
Ketchup! Not that ketchup. Ketchup. Good work, guys. And of course there's this emblem here. A large letter B. B. Who's B? What does it signify, do you think?
I hadn't noticed that.
Is that like a family crest or something?
I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know. Where could it have been?
Baskervilles! Baskerville! Shutting that line of questioning down before it can begin. That's enough of that, I think. What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes? Yeah, that dead-eyed stare. Front-facing Herlock jump scare, yeah! The way it just like cut to him like that. He's like the standing man emoji. Yeah, even when he's being serious, he still looks silly. Like, look at that little smile. Yeah! But yeah! All the color is drained from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, oughtn't you? It could be valuable evidence after all. It must be kept safely under lock and key. Oh, Jesus. Yes. I'm scared. Get your grubby hands off that, you lot, and hand it over now. I'm scared. I've never seen a collar that large before, and all those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out the most to me, at least not once I'd noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar, those stains. Could they really have been blood? Yeah, of course it's blood because of the B on the collar, because B, blood, B for blood. That's why it says that.
Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But it's all buttoned up now.
And you look very pleased, Iris.
I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. But this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating.
You are talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, I presume.
The mystery of the knife in the mist, and the mustached man and the convict's curse, perhaps. I could make it a two-part story. Oh, I can't wait!
A word, please, Iris.
Yes? What is it, Hurley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question. 'Cause of this Baskerville treasure, I presume?
What? Why not? It's a great case.
Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your two titles. The second must never be written. Selden. 'Cause it relates to the Selden and the curse and the treasure, baby. Is that clear? Aww. You made her sad. Sholmes.
Yes.
Aww. You made her sad.
And so it was that the second of Souseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity.
Oh my god, we got voiced lines.
Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen. For it wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
I'm scared. Yeah, everything's been building up to this Crystal Tower exhibition and everything. I am scared. Alright, see, why are the achievements popping up in the top left corner now? It's bugging me. They always are in the bottom right corner. I'm so scared. Alright. The return of the great departed soul.
The grand end of the century Great Exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park, welcoming over 50 million visitors. The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success.
This case, it does not stop.
As regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, and if you were aware, my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter.
Catastrophes.
For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case. And like the centerpiece of the great exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the Crystal Tower itself.
This case you had to wait like 2 years for since you're playing along with a fan translation. Oh my god, I can't imagine. Oh no. Things Shorten ended up releasing before the translation was finished. Nice.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people. The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
He looks like he could be a Pokemon professor.
The 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world.
I hope he doesn't drop dead.
Will give way to the motor car. Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today, we showcase even more advanced technology. A glimpse into the future. A world first. A demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
Silly guy of he's a silly guy. All right, he seems very excited.
Be disassembled by a pulse of high voltage electricity and beamed to another location.
All right, that's certainly not gonna work well.
His body will be reassembled by
Reassembled.
calculations exactly as it was before.
Yeah, that's certainly gonna work. Uh-oh. Oh, he's dead. He's so dead. You know Mike TV from Willy Wonka? Yeah, uh-huh. What about him? Is that him voicing this guy?
In but a few moments from now, these gentlemen will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air. To arrive an instant later on the Crystal Tower behind you!
What was that? You just go blah blah blah. Oh, it's the same idea with the machine. Ah, okay. Yes, yes, yes! Look at him doing his happy dance. Oh. I love him already. Alright. Sholmes is sweet. Oh, if I played this like last week, I could have been playing this in real time. Whatever.
Bruno, are you listening?
Oh, sorry, what was that, Iris?
Huh. What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast?
No, that's not it at all. What were we talking about again?
Today's paper. It's full of news about the Great Exhibition again.
Yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime.
You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley?
Is he also... Aw. Aw, is he being sad again? Did you say something, Iris?
Oh gosh, you're even more down.
I'm always gonna associate this face with him wanting to die over not having his violin. Whoa! Alright, is it time to fight and dance? When did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I, thought you might have known I was here, you know, because breakfast. Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes. For example, your tousled hair in this morning with all its unruly spikes. They're genetic. The spiky hair is genetic. Clearly, it can be deduced therefore that, let me stop you there, Mr. Shons, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this, and always has, ever since we first met, in fact. Oh, really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Oh, man, you're such a bitch. Man. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now. Is this the same scene that happened at the very beginning of the previous case, where it was like a flash forward or sorts? Says the dude hair is designed after smoke! Oh my god, I love that. It's because his brain is always working overtime, so it's always smoking.
6 months?
Since I was forbidden from- oh yeah. Forbidden from working in court. Yeah. This happened after the, Gina Lestrade case. So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned.
Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Hurley?
Why are you sad? Did you say something, Iris? Back to moping. I hope he's sad about something very inconsequential. What's the matter with Mr. Shulms today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me.
I know! And the Great Exhibition has opened! You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go and see it together?
I want to! Of course I do! But I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Are you banned? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all! So you're embroiled in some tricky case you can't be deciphered from, is that it?
I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Hurley.
Suppose I should try to find out what's going on. First, let's snoop. You have to investigate everything, obviously. Your scope thingy? Every time I look at that machine, I can't help thinking what a monstrosity it is. What's it called again?
The Great Analytoscope. It can analyze absolutely anything, you know.
It does seem incredible, and at the same time, incredibly useless.
Ah, but it looks impressive, doesn't it? So that makes it very useful.
It's a decoration. It's a conversation piece.
Because it means you can pawn it for lots of money. The pawnbrokers always make idle remarks like, what an incredible looking machine. So Hurley often takes it down to the pawn shop when he's a little short.
Sounds like this thing pulls its weight around here more than I realized by having its weight pulled around. Oh! Ah yes, Mr. Shulm's faithful musical companion. Yeah, do you still not know the name, buddy?
Yes, it's a Stradivarius. I'm afraid you'd have to save up for 100 years before you could afford one, Runo.
If I were to save up for 100 years, I wouldn't choose to buy a violin, personally.
Oh? What would you buy then?
I really have no idea. I think I'll have to do it so I can find out. Books, papers, scientific implements. The shelves are stuffed to the gunnels. Miss Susada wouldn't be able to help herself if she were here. She can't stand mess.
Susie might not be able to stand mess, but she wouldn't dare touch those shelves.
It's organized chaos.
Everything's an intricate balance. Hurley spends ages on it. If you were to touch even one thing, the whole lot would come tumbling down.
Huh.
Susie noticed it was a very delicate arrangement right from the outset.
You make it sound like a meeting of great minds. But the truth is, Mr. Sholmes just needs to tidy up. Okay. I do love a good fire in the colder months. Watching the flames flickering and dancing about is just so very relaxing.
Cleaning out the chimney isn't so relaxing, though.
No, getting covered in soot isn't my idea of fun.
You know, Harry decided he was going to clean it out himself last year. But you can guess what happened, can't you? He got himself stuck inside the flue.
He's a very slim man, I admit, but there are limits to where a fully grown man can fit.
Now every time he dozes off by the fire, he has nightmares about it.
Aww. So Santa doesn't come and visit you? The huge metal chest with the lace cloth on it being used as a table for tea and coffee. It's very sturdy, that's for sure, and firmly locked shut.
That chest contains my father's detailed reports of Hurley's many cases.
Why do you, as a man, have a slim waist? For other men to grab it? Interesting. Yes, so I've been led to believe, though personally I've never actually seen inside.
And that's the way it will stay. Those papers are a secret between Daddy and me. If you go opening it uninvited, you might find yourself being bitten.
Is there a beast inside there or something? She'll just come up and, like, bite your ankles. All the different pieces of evidence from case of Mr. Sholmes is solved.
The trouble is, Hurley forgets things so quickly, he never remembers why these things are relevant. The other day, for example, he saw the orange pips that were there and decided to plant them in the garden.
Pips?
Yes, they've all sprouted now. We have 5 little new plants.
Oh, well, I don't know what case they were from, but if Mr. Sholmes can get oranges to grow outside in England, he should change his profession. Alright. What's on the board today, Iris? This is where you note down ideas, isn't it? What's in the melting pot today? The blue carbuncle again. 5 orange pips. Sherlock Holmes. Oh, that is a Sherlock Holmes case. Oh my god, that's so cool. Nice.
Yes, it's from a case of theft that Hurley solved ages ago. The theft of a precious stone. A carbuncle is another name for a garnet, you see, especially if it's cut with a rounded top.
Oh, really? And this garnet was blue, was it?
Well, that's the thing. They're usually red. No blue garnets have ever been discovered.
Oh. It was a signal of death from... Oh, jeez.
So, who knows what the stolen gemstone actually was? That's the real mystery of the case.
A proper Sherlock Holmes conundrum, huh? I look forward to finding out what aroma your tea will have, Iris, every single day.
Oh, well, I infuse a different concoction of herbs from the garden every time, so it's never the same twice.
When you call it a concoction, it sounds more like a science experiment than something for tea time.
Oh yes, that's because different blends can have very different properties. Some calm you down, some make you feel jolly, some give you energy.
The intermeeting Sherlock Holmes and Arthur Conan Doyle casually drops the jump scare. Oh no! Oh no!
Today's particular blend is something quite special, so you're really in for a treat.
How long in his life did he, like, write Sherlock Holmes stories? Because I know about him, like, doing the Reichenbach fall or whatever, where he killed off Holmes, and, like, fans were, like, really, like, pissed about that because he didn't want to write, like, Sherlock Holmes stories anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've, like, heard about that. But then he, like, brought him back eventually. It's something like that happened, right? That sounds ominous. First story was 1887, and he continued writing into the early 1900s. Ah, okay. There's so many different bottles up there on that charming little set of white shelves.
Oh, do be careful, Bruno. You mustn't try the contents of any of those bottles, even if you're hungry.
Oh yeah, eating soap. We don't eat soap. And whatever's in these bottles either. I won't do something stupid like that. I'm not a child, you know.
Well, I wish I could say the same for Hurley. The other day, he polished off a full bottle of one of my alkaloids.
He liked Holmes but thought it would keep him from greater things. Ah, interesting. Maybe did he want to like write other things? Because I don't really know of anything that he wrote besides Sherlock Holmes. Because like I'm sure he wrote other stuff, but like he is the Sherlock Holmes guy, obviously. So, huh, interesting.
He said he was hungry.
He needs to eat soap next time. Yeah, it's the case with most people, yeah. I
can type with my eyes shut, you know.
I can't believe it. When a deadline's approaching, you sound like a Gatling gun. He really got into spiritualism after his wife died. Oh, interesting.
That reminds me of a dream I had the other day. It was such a funny one. It woke me, actually.
He wrote other things, but he's most well known for Holmes. The stories are written from 87 to 1927. Oh, okay. Sheesh. And he beefed with Mary Houdini. Oh my god. Okay, I need to know about this, actually. Is there a Harry Houdini figure in this game? Because that would be kind of funny. But that's really fun. Oh my god. I need to know about this.
I was typing for a whole hour in the pitch black, but I didn't make a single mistake.
That's incredible.
But then, when it got light, I found that there wasn't any paper in the machine. Now I wonder if I'd actually been typing at all.
I think he might have just fallen asleep on the job. I'll find the master post. Oh my gosh, thank you, yes. That sounds amazing. Is that everything I can inspect? Alright. Hey. This belonged to my dead boyfriend. About this. Shh, not another word. Ah, yes, I see. The small dog collar. A collar for a breed of miniature canine with particularly long neck. And for winter use. It's a little scarf. Aww. He believed in fairies. Oh my god. Denzel Crocker? Arthur Crocker Doyle? Which leads us to but one conclusion. Your arm is in fact the particularly long neck of a miniature canine. Alrighty. Bark, bark. I want to hear him bark. Can Sholmes bark? Where's the Sholmes barking audio? Half a year ago now. I took on the defense of a young girl in a trial heard at the Old Bailey. What? I think he could do a very accurate dog impression. It's either gonna be super accurate or like so wildly off the mark that it's hilarious. But at first seemed like, you know what, I can imagine him doing what like what the like Dazai in Bungo Stray Dogs in the scene that they cut from the anime, which I'm very sad. But like there's a scene where Dazai is like taunting like a dog with like dog treats and then eats the treats himself. I can imagine Sholmes doing the same thing to like show dominance over the dog. Like, oh, you think you're better than me? Oh, I'll eat your own treats. Like, Sholmes would absolutely do that. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at a London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. Oh. Oh yeah, because the, yeah, you played government secrets in a courtroom. Yeah, you did that. During the course of that trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable, yet at the same time, unforgivable mistake. Yeah. Your fucking point. Words fail me. The situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo! Yes. Yeah, another call. We just found. I think Sholmes should put it on just to be funny. Yeah, why not? Our government sucks. Yeah. I feel that. Why is it? Wait, is that the smiley face? What? Why is it a monkey? Okay, that's so weird. Oh my god. Jeez. That's weird. Decide your fate following the conclusion of the trial. Yeah. Unless somebody has, like, Morse code memorized, which I guess the rich people with means to that kind of communication here probably would if they used it a lot. Like juror number 5 certainly did. In the end, I had my right to represent people in court revoked. Twitch emotes, my detested indeed. I was told I had to spend my time in research and study, so that's what I've been doing. He's only not allowed to practice law in England, is what they said, right? So, like, if we were to go back to Japan, he could do law, right?
You have, haven't you, Runo?
Oh yeah, he's doing things in reverse order. He did some trials, and now he's going to doing the law school and everything.
Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room, and the notes about Sholmes' old cases.
Brewing Iris's special blends of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Master Naruhodo. Well, I am thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider. Because you have to do this thing, the mysterious Kazuma task that we still don't know! Specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall.
Lord Strongheart?
Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. Oh, is he another one of your exes? He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. Put on the maid dress, Ryunosuke. Yeah, where's the maid outfit DLC? Came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could. And I can't do that just sitting around here. The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art, and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching.
Oh, do you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to look down on London from one of those lovely balloons.
Oh, that's a new sprite. Look down? Do you mean those, like a hot air balloon? Those fly? Oh, like a Zeppelin or something?
Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air.
But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. Can't understand it at all.
That's true of lots of new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge.
I suppose they might be.
Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday, apparently. There was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it through. I'd seen it, though. I'd love to see how bad some of those scam experiments really are.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Mythbusters in the 1890s? See here? Every page of this paper carries some article or other. Ambition. The brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. I can't speak. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. Okay, emo. Shadows cast behind. Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back of the page? Oh. I want to see what's in this paper now. Alright. Oh my god, there's a silly man. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go see it properly before too long. Okay. Oh no! Look at this photograph! Lord Van Zeeks and compatriot cornered. No! No, 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 no! Please contact if you have any information. This is not Wagahai, is it? The lost cat is the worst thing. This is the true crime here. This is really the worst thing here, the lost cat. I hope that's not Wagahai. I know, yeah, the lost cat is the most important thing. Yeah, fuck Van Zeeks. The cat's where it's. This is the tragedy here. Tell me about the lost cat. So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on there. Other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is. Wait, But yeah, who cares if Barack got hurt or whatever? Yeah, there's a lost cat! Yeah!
What's the matter, Bruno?
The Reaper attacked. Oh my god, can I actually read these? Fiery ball gown sets dance hall ablaze. One of the ladies addressed is accidentally caught on fire. In her panic at the sudden appearance of flames at her feet, the lady dashed madly about the whole something something blah 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 blah. French courtier's glass eye case. Are these references to Altamont Gas Company? Are these references to Sherlock Holmes stories? Yes. Ever see the pet go? Yeah. Fuck. What happened to the cat? Do lots of people do that? Cause I get it. Yeah. This must be what Mr. Sholmes is talking about. Oh, these are references. Okay. Ruffians Ruffians attempt to intimidate man of justice. Alright. Does he know any more, I wonder? Interesting. Well, first, why are you so sad? 'Cause you weren't the one to finish off the Reaper? Or are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add? That's not like you. What sort of Shh. Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be— Is it related to the Baskervilles?
You're acting very strangely, Hurley.
What do you mean, Iris? Finish him off. I didn't mean it like that.
Well, actually, the more mysterious and complicated a case is, the better Hurley's mood.
Ah, yeah, front-facing Sholmes jump scare. It must be a very boring case then.
Is it really a case that's bothering you?
Iris, please! You mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation! Remember what I always say. Put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes? Never mind. Once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crime scene. Oh. Is this related to the lost cat? Is finding a lost cat not mentally stimulating enough for you? But yeah, what about, this? It says in the paper that Lord Van Zeeks was attacked. That's terrible. And he's like, nah, that's fine. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. I put myself in their shoes and then I look so much better than them, and then I go, fuck you, and steal their shoes. Yep, that's the Sholmes way. Prosecutor Barrack Van Zeeks. They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in a case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. But Sosaki's the exception! London's finest rogues always find a way around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. Anime Barack, yes! As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Oh, so has this happened before? Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Van Zeeks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. Oh, do you do your punch dance thingy with him? Do you, he doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my god, is he gonna get a matching bullet wound like yours when you were shot in the pawnbrokery? Is he hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know? I'm not obsessed with him or anything, I don't follow his every move.
Well, in the article here it says,
So I can tell you he got his face scar on one of these attacks. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, wait, is there... Okay, he's not there, but interesting.
As to what of Lord Van Zeek's and his condition, all will be revealed in
Tomorrow's... Oh my god, this is a real person. This is not some, like, serialized story. Jeez. Why are they, like, treating it like that? Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait until tomorrow. Oh, it's so nosy. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Is he in the hospital somewhere? St. Bartholomew's? Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, you really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. You seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you would be wasting your time. Thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Listen to him. He's still laughing on his way out of the door. Oh my god! That's so cute! Is this her flying outfit? That's so cute! The little hat for her little buns! Oh my god, that's adorable. Oh, Iris, what are you wearing?
I got changed to go to the Great Exhibition. You're going to take me.
But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh, well, that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then.
Oh my god, Iris, yeah, you can't leave her unsupervised. I mean, not that she can't take care of herself, but leaving a child unsupervised, regardless of how smart they are, is never a good idea. Alright, fine, just lower that weapon, would you?
Of course. And after the Supreme Court, then we'll go to see the Great Exhibition.
Alrighty. Alright, what does Bestie Strongheart have to say? It's been about 6 months now since I was last here, but some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. Aww, look at her with her books. Doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there. She's just like me as a kid.
Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here.
What, have you been here before? Oh yeah. Yeah, with the time you came here 6 months ago. Yeah. When Susato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan.
Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me.
Hello, bestie. Oh, Lord Strongheart. I trust you've been keeping well?
Let's see. Since you arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while. My apologies.
Oh, no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around, staring into space. I imagine him just doing, like, the standing straight back with the eyes darting around pose as he says this.
Good to know.
Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. This is the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. And you'd only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status.
As you'll be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We are extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium.
Oh, I've not heard about that. Is Sholmes going to be involved?
Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land.
Oh my god, is Hosonaga going to be here?
Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. As we're the hosting nation, I have much to do. And it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it.
Well, it's nice to know where I stand.
So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about.
Well, thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. Yippee, I'm scared. Is something else playing on my mind?
Bruno, just take a deep breath and come out with it.
This belonged to my dead boyfriend. By the way, Lord Strongheart, about this...
The symbol of a defense lawyer in the Japanese judiciary.
Oh, I didn't expect you'd know that.
We never accept foreign students before researching the legal systems of their home countries. But such trinkets are merely for show. The only true measure of your worth is your performance in court.
Okay, you gotta let me in court first. Right. Paper. Have you seen this?
The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition? Of course!
No, not that. The story on the back page.
What story?
Oh yeah, who's this masked fellow? Look at him all dapper in his little hat.
The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not? Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he? There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zeeks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you.
Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know.
Very well. If it interests you.
It does, strangely. Alright, well. I actually came here today to ask for your permission.
Go on.
6 months ago, my right to work in the court as a lawyer was revoked and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened. Bro, can you, actually pay attention to me? But the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes? Here it comes.
I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you're a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role.
Alright, bitch. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. And apparently the fact that it's not Kazuma is being hidden. Because the, what's his name, the reporter, Many Memo dude, seemed to know the truth. And it seemed to be a sort of secret. Huh. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system. Okay, I was about to say, if they start playing Nocturne, I'm gonna be so upset. But this is better. This is better. Let's go. There he... Okay, this is not better. This is actually not better. That tragic accident hadn't happened. Samurai on a mission still hits. It does. Computer, my battery is not low. It's literally plugged in. I wouldn't be in this office right now. Yeah, what would you have done? You would just be living with him in here, I guess. Mr. Asogi was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling. Strongheart knows what this samurai on a mission, this special secret mission. He knows what this special mission that Kazuma had to do was, wasn't it? And that's why he was like,
oh, you do everything that Kazuma was supposed to do? Anything?
Man, my stress ball is completely flat. There's a hole in it and everything. It's completely deflated.
His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling?
Uh-oh, is it happening? Is it happening? Is it happening?
mission with which that young law student was charged, what do you suppose it really was?
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions.
Do you mean?
As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain.
You could just be like, yeah, sure, go for it, bestie.
That's wonderful news, Bruno. In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope.
Is it this dude being electrocuted on the Crystal Tower? Well, first, let's talk about this.
All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world.
All right, I feel like my voice is starting to strain. I think I can do this.
All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And the next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last.
I can do this, actually.
The International Forensic Science Symposium.
It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it?
Exactly! Ah! London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible.
Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it?
Exactly! The future of policing! Ah!
Does he just summon all these birds?
Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods.
Oh dear, that's alarming.
Exactly! It's extremely alarming!
Jeez.
If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail every one now.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, how fascinating!
Yeah, let Iris hear this and she can give me the Cliff Notes version later. It all began 15 years ago. Oh my god, bro.
And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest of terms, of course.
How long did that take? Did that fuck up your schedule anymore?
Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission.
Oh, right, yes. That's wonderful.
Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be.
Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
Actually, it drifted off for the most part. You surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Well, a curious affair. You described it as a curious affair.
Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday?
No.
Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see, how is it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis, as in moving things with a click of fingers?
That's right. It's just what my herba blend needs. A dash of devil-may-care.
Whatever this serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination.
It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odie Asman.
Odie Assman. His name is Assman. I'm sorry. Or is that meant to be like odious man? Is that the pun of his name? He was an odious man?
An investor and a well-known figure in society.
A large explosion?
A man died? The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert
Harebrain! Albert Harebrain! Odious man. He is an ass man. So maybe it's good that he's dead. Albert Harebrain. Nice.
He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder.
What? Murder?
If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation.
The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong. You got something to get ass? No, I love ass men. Not like that, but yeah. And murder? More accurately, I love men with asses. I feel out of my depth before I've even started. Still.
We should go to the prison straight away then, and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
Definitely. Ah, yes. One more thing about the case. He was gonna tell me about, Van Ziek's being attacked. Oh, yeah.
There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper.
Oh, with Lord Van Ziek's? How? Yeah. There we go.
Fortunately, Lord Van Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter.
But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked, though? Do we know?
It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zieks. But the man was acquitted. I've no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes.
Large sums of money? And then did he die?
A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday.
Uh-oh. You're not suggesting that's the work of the Reaper, surely? Ooh.
The victim's henchmen certainly seem to think so. He was a man...
Odie Assman!
That's the man who died at the big explosion at the Great Exhibition. Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization.
Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart?
Try me.
Why do you use Lord Van Zieks as a prosecutor? Wait, I just realized Lord Van Zieks went up against somebody other than Ryunosuke then. In a case a month ago, if he's prosecuting again, he said he came back solely to go up against Ryunosuke, and during the time of the first game, he didn't prosecute any cases without Ryunosuke. So, was that his first case since coming back where he was not up against Ryunosuke, or has he been prosecuting other cases over the past 6 months? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. Fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zieks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here.
I had Van Zieks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him.
But that doesn't make sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand?
Van Zieks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course.
Like his little 5-year hiatus. Alright, bye.
I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget.
Is it because you spent so long explaining your things to me? That's quite something.
That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lately this was inevitable. Time stops for no man.
I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Yes, where would I find Lord Benzeeks now?
I would assume he's at his office.
Really? Alright. Oh my god, is this the first time I'm gonna see him outside of the courtroom?
Away.
Ooh, that's a new sprite.
Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands.
Of course, yes, thanks, my lord. Alright. Ooh. Alright. First, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick.
I shall return. I will be super fast, I promise.
Alright. The pissing has ended. Let's go. Let's go see our client. Let's go see this guy that's a hair-brained little Pokemon professor. The warden said cell 11. That's this one.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look.
What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain.
Who are you?
I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a
lawyer!
Ooh, new music.
A lawyer!
Was it something I said?
A lawyer, you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis?
Your hypothesis? Sorry.
Yesterday's demonstration! That magnificent demonstration was an out-and-out success! By anyone's
Bro, are you serious?
But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at a high velocity.
Now is probably not a good time to mention that your Zell made my concentration leave for a while. Hey. This belonged to my dead boyfriend.
Ah, fascinating, yes.
In Japan, where I come from, it's a symbol of a defense lawyer. Wearing it is very bracing, I find.
Your words make some sense to me, but they are entirely illogical.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, I find this white laboratory coat that I wear for my work very bracing too. However, in my case, there's a perfectly logical reason for that feeling.
Really? What is it?
I purchased the wrong size by mistake.
This one is too small for me. At least it shows off your slutty little waist now.
The sleeves especially are extremely bracing. I can barely move my wrists.
That's what you call illogical, is it?
Of course, it's entirely logical. That's science, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright.
How could this have happened?
We must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the Crystal Tower was greatly damaged too.
I know what happened. It must have been that.
That?
The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of frankfurters at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now.
It's divine retribution for my wrongdoing, that's what this is. For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes, long and illogical. Alright, well, let's talk. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday.
The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he?
Ah!
Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success.
You've lost me. I saw it with my own eyes right in front of me. Mr. Assman was spontaneously disassembled. But did his body just explode?
Until then, everything was going as my calculations had predicted.
He just didn't reassemble.
At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis.
However, the machine exploded and Mr. Assman in fact perished. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling him Mr. Assman.
Yes, I can't deny that part of my experiment was a failure.
So what you're really saying is the large explosion that killed Mr. Assman was an accident, correct?
But the big wigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder. I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that I wish to be punished at once. But... murder? Never in a million years! It was an accident! Simply an accident!
I see.
Harley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly?
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds?
Ah, yes, it's newly established here in Britain. The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
That one passed me by.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to pore over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea! My precious hypothesis will be stolen! No!
Because that's the real issue here.
The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial.
I see now. Yeah, it's all for the patent. Alright. So, in short, there was a terrible accident at the Grand Exhibition Showgrounds yesterday.
Yes! Or rather no, the devil's in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion.
Sounds the same to me.
You're demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating! Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible, using a sufficiently high voltage, to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see? That's my amazing hypothesis.
Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science.
Oh, but dare to imagine it, dare to dream of such incredible technology.
Just think, one moment I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again. Well, yes, that would be incredible. And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at a great Parisian theatre, say. The possibilities are endless. The whole of our vast planet would be within reach. So, no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days. Is he looking back fondly on that now?
I don't really see it like that.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk.
My word, that's exactly right. What are the implications? What does this mean?
Oops, that's got Professor Bunnybrain really worried about the
Bunny brain! Aw, that's cute. Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose. The point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment.
Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have.
That's exactly it, yes.
Haley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science.
Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time.
I met the well-known investor,
Mr. Assman! The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Asman. Odie Asman. What exactly was your relationship with the man? He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thanked my lucky stars. I see. So you really hadn't known each other until then?
Money for scientific research. I'm so envious.
As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel. Oh, really? An archangel, even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. What if Assman was responsible for the malfunction and he faked his death? Mr. Assman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications.
But then, your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion.
As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Assman. I would never, ever have thought of taking the man's life. Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. I showed him everything, so I don't know if this is gonna give me anything different now. It must have been. Can we talk about? Oh. Is there anything else here? Normally there's some sort of like clear conclusion whenever like we're done with an area. Maybe I should go check on Baby Gra. Well, I'll come back if I need to. Oh my god, all his hallowed chalices, he's got a whole supply of them, and his fruity little vintage.
Ooh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office?
Yes, it appears so.
It sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere.
Oh, is that? Is this him? The hooded figure— oh, just kicked something under my desk. The hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. Does he just, like, meditate like this? What the hell? What are you doing here? Ah! Jump scare! Oh, huh? Alright, fucking jump scare. It's so weird to see him standing, like, not behind the thing. It's weird to see him out of the courtroom. Front-facing Barack, jump scare, exactly. He is as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well. Oh, so this scar is something he got in one of those attacks. I am. So, who's the person by the wall being punished for something? What, are you training an apprentice or something? No punishment is taking place here. Uh-oh. Get his ass. Aha! Okay, he's sitting there of his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. All dramatic-like and everything. He's very able in combat. A requisite skill. Oh my god, just like Sholmesies. Hi, apprentice. Ooh, hi, apprentice. Is this gonna be the prosecutor in tomorrow's trial? Are we gonna get a new prosecutor? Alright. He's very able in combat, a requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? Huh? The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming, that is, such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms. Is he not... Huh? Oh. Hey! It really looks like a punishment to me. Bro's like a monk.
I've never seen someone sitting like that before.
He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. Do you think perhaps he's dead?
If he was dead, Runo, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he?
Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's gonna talk to us.
He's not dead!
Look at all those ancient casks. The casks of the, You've never had some... Yeah, floor time. Yeah, he's just having a little floor time. He just is taking a moment for himself. It's so important, exactly. Oh my god, the fucking bats. Truly never beating the vampire allegations. Oh my god, is he like a little fledgling vampire? And he's just still getting used to the being a vampire, you know? Is he like, did Van Zeeks transform him? Are these the casks with his special vintage?
Casks in the Reaper's chamber? Or are they caskets?
You don't think all those people who escaped conviction in court are lying inside them dead, do you? And it's his blood that makes up the wine. See? The blood of his sacrificial lambs is what he drinks in the courtroom. My apprentice in a vampire way, not a prosecutor way, yeah! What ridiculous notions are going through your head, man? This is my collection of fine vintages. Thank you for clearing that up, my good sir.
Runo and I were just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourselves to my office to talk nonsense within my earshot. The bats. What? Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Where'd they all come from?
Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I expect.
But what about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar. Just not the flying kind. They put a jump scare. They did, yeah! Halloween was yesterday. Spooky season is over.
He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper then.
I think the familiar is he just like summons you. He just like spawned you somehow. He conjured you. I expect to see you in court tomorrow, buddy. Is this him? That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it? Ew, France jump scare, ew. What is that hair? Okay, it looks kind of like a mix of like it's Van Zieks in the front, Von Karma in the back. What's going on with this? the fucking hair. I can't get over it. What is? Whoever painted it didn't do a very good job of capturing Lord. It's just somebody different, isn't it? It's his antenna! Yeah, he's like a little ant! Oh my god. Him when he loses a trial, he's like the little ant with the sack on the stick meme. Van Zieks walking out of the courtroom after a loss, but instead of these are the antenna. Just
Yes, you're right. I mean, it's not far off, but the artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness.
Are you calling him ugly? Because yeah. Or is that... I need to draw that immediately. Oh my god. That reminds me, I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive when they painted him.
How vain. That's really not an attractive quality in a person, isn't it?
That portrait does not depict me. Surely that is immediately obvious. Oh my god, wait. Is that your... Does this fucker have daddy issues? Does he... Sorry, Mini John Cena, but... No, the man has daddy issues. A grown man especially. Worse! Oh no! Join the club! Alright, welcome to the club, Van Zieks of daddy issues but worse. Then, who is it? Is that his friend, his Japanese friend from years ago? Or no, but... Look at this little fucker. 16 days till Tactica, which means 16 days until we get to see him in a game again. That's honestly what I'm most excited for the DLC in Tactica. I need more Royal Trio. I miss them so much. I love the Royal Trio! John Cena is gonna live his best bisexual life in that game, and I'm gonna make sure of it. Can't wait for my Nendo. Me too, yes! My Catchy Nendo shipped soon. I just got my Joker one. I didn't unbox it yet. I need to get a nice little container to like hold all of my mini little Nendoroid pieces. I just need like better storage. So I like 2 Nendos. Yeah, Nendo break. Yeah, I only have 2. I got Jolene at Techo over the summer, and she's still in the box because I need like a little container or something to hold all the pieces. And now we got the Jonker baby, John Cena. And soon Catchers is gonna be there. I keep mine in an envelope. That's a good idea. I need to do that. I think I also might need to get Kasumi, the Kasumi Nendoroid as well to complete the Royal Trio. I need all 3 of them together. I love them. But yeah, Jolene! I remember thinking that the Reki was gonna be the first Nendoroid I ever got, because when they announced the Reki and Langa Nendoroids, I was like, I want them both, I can't separate them, but I don't know if I can afford 2 of them. And then I kind of forgot to order either one of them. And then as soon as they re-released the Akechi Nendoroid, I was like, okay, immediately getting that. I can't have him be alone. Gotta get the Jonker too. So yeah, you have Phoenix and Thanatos, Hades, Keys, and Akechi will join soon. Nice! Nice! The collection grows. But yes. At some point I will get the Reki Nendoroid, for sure. I absolutely will. Phoenix and Than next to each other, hilarious. They fucked up my nerves! No! Oh no! What did Thanatos do to Edgy? No! Anyways. Is this nothing else to inspect in this side of the room, is it?
Ooh, look! It's a scale model of the Great Exhibition Showground.
Wonder why it's here.
Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person.
What, you think this man has time for hobbies? Perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up. Aww, he's socially stunted. Aww. Surely it's obvious that I'm using it as an investigative aid. Your Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved. Bruh. I don't think he'd overhear that. Ryunosuke, do you not realize by now that everyone hears what you're saying at all times, even if you don't think they are? Oh my god, he just plays little dolls. Does he have a little doll of, is he doing the Miles Edgeworth thing where he has, instead of the chess set with the Phoenix and Miles chess pieces, does Van Zieks have like little dolls of like all the people that he meets and stuff? Does he have like a Sholmes figure that like he like throws around when he's angry at him? I need that. There's gotta be Herlock Sholmes merch in this world for sure, right? It's probably unlicensed though. What Van Zieks' desk? Look, it's so stylish.
And that's a marble chess set beside it.
Chess. The gayest game of all. That's the Western version of our Japanese shogi game, isn't it? That's so Alucard Castlevania of him. I need to play Castlevania and watch it. Another one on the list. No, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems.
Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case.
I'd love to challenge Lord Van Zieks sometime. Oh my god, rivalry! To a bout of shogi problems. Rivals!
If you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own at home.
Having a rival makes it more fun though! Yes! Automod! I need to fix that with Automod. I need to fix that. Look at that fine collection of hallowed chalices and bottles neatly lined up there. I know, I'm sorry, I forgot. I need to do that. I really need to. You know, I'm making a little note for myself. I am making a note for myself to do immediately after stream. There it is. Fix gay ass. I'll have it next to my computer so I can do it. Do you sell these? Like, do you have like a fan club and you like sell these? My hallowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit. And I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystal craftsmen in the world.
And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless.
Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide of the mark sometimes. Have you not done that before? Oh. Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisans whose work you defile. Bro! Stop making it my problem! So it's my fault? Silly me, how could I have ever thought otherwise? Bro, what a bitch! This man is... Alright, is that everything I can inspect? Hey. This belonged to my dead boyfriend. I know you've seen this around my arm before, but what is it exactly? It's the mark of a defense lawyer. In Japan, at least. And what's your reason for showing it to a British prosecutor? Because it belonged to my dead boyfriend, and it's like his soul. Well, his soul's the sword, but like, you know. I don't know, really. The player made me do it. I can understand, at least. There's merit in reminding yourself of who helped you become what you are today. Oh. But that's a personal matter. Something you may want to keep close at all times, not something to flaunt. Bro is speaking from experience. Is this the prosecutor's badge that he's wearing? And it's like... It goes crit, like, why is he doing like the, oh, like the little heart attack? He looks so baby girl! This is such a baby girl pose right there! And why are you clutching onto that badge? Thank you for understanding though. Aw. Oh my god, inspirational roots, I got an achievement! Whoa! Man, a little moment of respect. That was kind of nice, actually. You're in the news, buddy! You're famous! About this article in the paper. Ah, yes, it seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me.
It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
I'm very normal about things. So am I. We are so normal here. Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them. But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. Your little apprentice. I guess being training like that in kind of like solitude or whatever, very monk-like. If they're like a monk in like MMOs and stuff, like does he just fight with his fists? Is he gonna pit him against Shawms in a battle of punchies? As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice. Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him? Please tell me I'm going up against him in court tomorrow. Alright, first, last night's attack? Lord Strongheart said the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack. True, carried out by henchmen of Odi Assman's criminal organization. Sorry, just hearing him say the word ass man, just imagining him saying that word. I know that's not his name, but I'm going to say it. This man saying ass man in a totally serious monotone voice is just great. I love it. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably some hoped to kill me before that happened. Odi ass man. You're an Odi ass man too, Van Zeeks. Have you thought about that? He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhanded means via his criminal activities. Kinda like McGill did, huh?
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper?
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was a most unusual cause of death. I know about that. It was super high voltage instantaneous kinesis. Science. Mr. Assman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you? No, that does seem a little far-fetched. This man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death at least. Just this one. Yeah.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Runo? I mean, what with you taking on the Professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to be defending him? Oh, are you gonna, since you know it's me, are you gonna take your apprentice off the case and then take it yourself? Because you have to go up against me, because I'm the little thorn in your side that just won't go away, bitch boy. I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert. I love that post, she's just like, Albert. Albert Hairbrain. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Of course. He is a contemporary of mine.
Hello.
The timing! Oh my god. The timing could not have been more perfect. Fucking hell. These bitches. Man. Everybody. so many lawyers in this series having somebody they went to school with, and we're kinda, yeah. Everybody having a gay friend at college. We got Mia and Lana, Kazuma and Ryunosuke, now Van Zeeks and Albert. You're...
What?
And these bitches are... Yes! Yes! He is a homosexual, Iris! Your contemporary. I'd understood that Professor Harebrain was from Germany, though. Harebrain's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research. That's all. So you were students together? I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he in Science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along. Though I've not met him since my university days. Aw, do you miss him? Aw. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you, of all people, representing him. Oh, did you get off on bad terms? Ooh, if I make it out of here alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems. Yes, I know. Because the prosecution will be handled— Aw, not you! Aw, or you, yes. Not your apprentice? Aw. But you made it sound as if you and the professor have been friends. We are friends, it's true. Then why would you do this? No friendship is above the law.
If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
Whoopsies. What's Lord Van Zeek's thinking? He's thinking gay thoughts. That's the face of a man with gay thoughts. Y'all ever had gay thoughts? Lamau. What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean... I'm a crown prosecutor and immortal like any other. I'm no demigod.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in conviction or an acquittal.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who, without question, deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them. Save for Soseki and Gina. They're good people. But that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Nor was Ginny. In fact, she's ever so hardworking now.
Has that shaken up your worldview, bestie? You started to rethink things? I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work. He seems to always have a headache, and you know what? That seems to come with the territory of prosecuting against the Naruhodos. Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true.
The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially. Oh. It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives. Oh, so it's like a little marketing stunt. Huh. Yeah, don't do a crime, or you will die regardless. Or don't even be accused of a crime. Do you mean to say? I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor. But it's putting you in danger! You could be killed! Does this look like a man who holds any regard for his own life? Ryunosuke, be real. And the way he's holding the badge again. I'm so scared to learn the significance of this, if one such exists, but like, if that is my fate, let God decide. Lord Van Zeeks, bro is like, I don't fucking care if I die. Alright, yeah, tell me, who's this bitch? Bro's probably suicidal, yeah. Please go to therapy. I guess therapy was not really a thing in this day and age, but he is in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So, you could say, he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are to hurry then, Bruno.
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with the great detective. Some cocaine? Yeah! Maybe that'll make you feel better, buddy. Or maybe you should actually finish off a glass of your wine instead of just yeeting it. He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask. He's a shapeshifter! Wait. That's not a fucking crow mask, is it? It's not a long beak. Please, it's not, it's a snake. Okay, thank God, because I was about to get so upset. I was about to get so upset. Everything reminds me of him! Man. On Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face. So, alright, so you just took in this random person? But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual? Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be good reason for his actions. I hope you're right. I hope you're crazy. Hi, bestie. Bro looks like a fucking... He kind of looks like Amon from, like, the, what's it, like Korra, with the, like, the mask and everything. The task is complete. Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs. Nice to meet you. Alright, bye. Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I've never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet... somehow I didn't feel it. Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it. Oh, I see. Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Why you stood there so casually with that flawless posture? There's no No. There's no fucking way, no. You can recognize a man's posture, Ryunosuke? There's no... A flawless posture, man! There's no fucking way. No, No! No! There's no fucking way, man! That's a fucking... Is this game gonna taunt me? Is this game gonna fucking taunt me? The secret Asogi twin is here! No! There's no way it's... I mean, technically, Ryunosuke didn't see a body, let's be real. But... you know what, I'm not... Anyways. That Nipponese man, is he faring well? Oh, Sosuke? The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago, with the stoop, and the moustache, and the jitters. Mr. Natsume, yeah.
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Runo.
I mean, but who else could he be talking about? Like, he's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day. I see. Why are you getting a headache again, buddy? Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case. Thank you for the advice and for the conversation. Bro just has migraines, yeah. Can't believe he's asking after Sosuke-san, after Nipponese. Whoa! I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried. Yeah, bro is actually showing concern.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with the mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books.
Mad scientist? You mean Professor Hairbrain? It might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zieks. Oh, give me all the details.
Bye-bye.
Can I give your, apprentice a little smooch before I go, just to test something out? Maybe I can I do that, Van Zieks? Just out of curiosity? His varsity years. I understand Lord Van Zieks is a friend of yours from your university days.
Yes, that's right. He was studying law while Mr. I was studying science.
What was he like back then?
Good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, and all-round nice fellow, really.
Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor, Barak Van Zieks. What was he like when he was at university? Ooh.
Talk about a leading question, Runo. As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman.
Probably because you're white.
After all, he is the little dog.
What the fucking the little Suzumada. The little darling. Oh my god. All right, are we about to get our are we about to lose our minds over him?
I didn't realize he had quite such noble blood.
Little darling?
Is he the baby? Was that his big brother in the painting? Aww. Does he have a family of
Rainbow goggles?
It was a...
Are you a Phoenix Wright? Is this the parallel of, like, the Phoenix Wright Miles Edgeworth thing? Like, whoa, we were besties. Then, whoa, we're apart for a while. Though I come back, and he's like this cold-hearted prosecutor. What happened to him? Oh no, what happened to the man I know and love?
The Reaper of the Bailey, no less.
Yes, that's right.
I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after
Oh yeah, something with his Japanese friend. What sort of event? Ah! The voices! I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I don't know why I feel like I'm losing my mind tonight. Maybe it's just coming back to this game. All the Van Zieks lore, like...
I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Germany already.
Oh. Yes, of course. He's heard all about the Reaper. I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zieks will be the prosecutor in court tomorrow. Man. So, Professor, let me just make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who is in fact the sole investor in your work. Is that correct?
As correct as 2 squared is 4! I swear it!
This case is truly the marking point between the jury duty and the getting punched in the throat 8 million times. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm not the...
Yes, it's true that man perished in a machine of my invention. So I know that I'm far from blameless in all this, but still, I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life, not in a centillion years. I'm a man of science. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that, all my life.
I'm afraid I don't know much about science or your theories, but I do believe you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me.
When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can...
I wish it was like that, buddy. I think you got it backwards, but okay. Thank you for that, Professor. Yeah, thank you.
And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court. All right, Bruno, it's time. Time to visit the Great Exhibition.
This is what she's been waiting for this whole time. She's been waiting for this.
Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it?
I suppose that's true. Time to investigate it last. Okay, experimentation stage. Ugh. The showgrounds are a little too big for my liking. What's this thing? I've been walking around in dense crowds for 2 hours now, and I felt myself swooning 3 times.
There are a lot of people out there. I've almost been trodden on 3 times, too.
Be careful. What? Come on. Can you give her like a piggyback ride? Hold her up so she can be tall? Aw, he's such a good big brother! Aw! You finally made it through the throngs, though, by the look of it. Here we are underneath the public experimentation stage where the explosion happened yesterday. Is Sholmes up there? Sholmes is one of these men! What? I can hear voices. Oh my god. The voices! Oh! It's the besties! Right, I've had it with you this time. I'm warning you. I'll arrest you in a minute.
Oh yeah? Go on, Inspector, give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence, and you know it.
Wait, I know those voices. You've got a cheeky little mouth on you, young lady. But a night in the cells will teach you some manners.
Just try it, I dare ya. If you want that bag of chips rammed down your throat. Yoo-hoo! Grexy! What are you doing up there?
Ah! Ah! It's you! Here! You're here! Here you are! You here! Your ladyship! Are you gonna buy her a nice little treat at the fair or something? How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship. Does that make her 3 times a lady?
I'm not well at all. It's far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in a balloon, but there was a 3-hour queue.
Unbelievable! I couldn't have a word for you at once, your ladyship. You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you. Ooh, my god! Tobias Gregson, an inspector at Scotland Yard. How cute. Until recently, he was suspended from duty, but it appears he's back in action now. Good for him! He's actually quite well known, appearing as he does in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And for that reason, he can't say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely. Or there should be. Watch it, Sunshine! Sorry. Ryunosuke, stop saying every word that's in your head. What gives then? Don't tell me you're on this case. Yes, I'm acting for the defense.
So we're here to investigate.
Dear me, that's the situation, is it? Is it really that troubling?
A measly 5 bob. Is that all you got?
Did she have that jacket before? Oh no, she did the first time, because in the previous case she wore the black jacket most of the time.
You're a lawyer, ain't ya? You could stand to carry a bit more copper around in your pockets, Mr. Naruto.
What? That's my last bit of spending money! It's new. Oh, it is new! Ooh! Yeah, this whole outfit looks kinda new.
You can have it back, but I have to charge you for all bother. 3 bob.
This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket or diver born and bred in the East End of London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago, this is the young girl I was defending in court.
What's your problem, eh? Otto? Diver? Pickpocket? What's with all the name?
Oh my god, does she have like an actual job now?
You want a bag of chips rammed down your throat and all, do ya?
I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gregson about it, weren't you? I assume you've been up to your usual tricks around here at the showground.
That ain't no way to talk to a lady, Odo. After years a long time, people can change. I'm an apprentice now, learning to be a Scotland Yard detective.
Oh yeah, because you're a Lestrade! That makes sense.
So you have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now.
Yes! Inspector! That badge is homemade. Rianosuke! The inspector part isn't entirely accurate. No one calls her that. What it's worth, anyway. Investigating's up the cards for all of us.
What's that supposed to mean?
Right, well, be back up top. You hold the fort down here, alright?
Right, sir.
This raises a lot of questions. Hey. Oh, does she have a new theme? This is the only character becomes a cop I can tolerate because it actually makes sense for her. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I guess like seeing the way... I guess, I don't know. She's trying her best. This belonged to my dead boyfriend. It's proof in Japan, at least, that I'm a defense lawyer.
And this badge is proof that I'm a detective. So you're all gonna have to start calling me Inspector Lestrade.
In that case, you'll have to start calling me anything but Odo. Call me the Ace Attorney.
I could call you a defendant or a Odo if you like, but it don't really tip off the tongue.
No, it doesn't have a great ring to it. But the Ace Attorney does! Alright, let's chat, bestie. What's up?
What have you been up to, Busty?
It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in connection with the case I was working on. At the time, she was living in the East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them survive by pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder.
I had a lot of time to think in prison. I realized I couldn't go on like I was. The diving weren't working out. I'm so pleased to hear it, Ginny. Well done.
So you went from being a pickpocket to a detective?
You got it. Good, innit? Inspector Lestrade. Sounds like something out of a book, eh?
It really does. Talk about a seat change.
And then there's Iris's old man to think about.
Iris's father, you mean?
Yeah, I promised her, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police forces around the world to pull out all the stops looking for him.
Oh, she's such a sweetie. Oh, she always tries to keep her promises, and this is the best way to do it. When are we gonna tell her her dad is dead? We can't let this keep going on. She's gonna find out at some point.
Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet. So, anyway, that's how come I had to go to test for the Scotland Yard. Only trouble is, I don't read so well, do I?
Just a small problem, nothing serious.
And that's when Hurley approached Gregsy and asked for help. So the inspector said he'd take full responsibility for Ginny and make her a sort of apprentice.
Everyone's getting an apprentice, aww. That was very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson, and brave.
Well, you know Hurley. He enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants.
He likes making Gregsy miserable, huh? Yeah.
So, the long and the short of it is, if you got questions about the case, you can ask Inspector Lestrade.
Right then, Inspector. Actually, there's still a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there?
Ooh, what, Bruno, what?
Well, 6 months ago, Gina was the defendant in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper, and she's still alive!
Come on, you're not still on about that, are ya? The Legend of the Reaper, whatever it's called. Oh, you don't have to worry, Odo.
If I didn't have to worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left.
It's like I told you before, ain't it? The Reaper's kinda like him upstairs, so he knows what I'm like on the inside, but I ain't really done nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong, but hey, she was doing her best to survive!
What about Mr. Natsume in Japan? He's perfectly fine, isn't he?
Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning than I thought.
Exactly, so I ain't worried, I'm totally fine.
First, I want to actually, can I, peek?
Looks as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just here.
Dropped or hit? What is this? Some part of the machine that exploded?
Maybe. It could have fallen from that platform above in the blast, perhaps. What's going on here?
Nothing. I think I'll hang on to this just in case. Mysterious looks almost like a ballista or something. Well, I want to inspect everything, and then I'll look at it in the Crystal Tower. It's certainly an apt name. It was built to be the focal point of the exhibition, and it definitely is, being so tall with all that glass. I can't imagine a building like this ever being erected in Japan.
There are lots of exhibits inside the tower as well, apparently. Of course, there's an observation deck, but there's also an art gallery, a zoo, and a museum. But I heard you have to queue for 3 hours just to get through the doors.
Well, at the moment, the shattered glass from the failed experiment may well be the biggest draw.
And thanks to that accident, the whole tower is shut.
Suddenly, it's not the Crystal Tower anymore, but the Crystal Glass Shower! Ha!
Apparently, everyone's taking to the skies now to look down on the disaster area from above instead. But there's a 3-hour queue to go up in a balloon now.
Londoners must be very patient people. These stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment was being conducted. No, I didn't finish talking to Gina. I don't want to go here yet. I didn't finish talking to Gina! So that's it, is it? The machine that blew up William Turner. William and Turner.
Oh, it must have been a magnificent explosion, and I've seen my fair share.
You've seen, yeah.
Of course. Harry's always doing experiments that end in a bang. In fact, in his own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry.
That might explain the smell of burning that frequently comes wafting up the stairs.
One time, he made something that exploded with such force, it took the roof off the building. I wish you'd been there to see it, Bruno.
It's hard to get too excited about that, given that I now live in the roof.
Well, anyway, that's enough about that. It's time to investigate.
I'm going back down. I need to, Gregsy. I know that Gregsy's there. He seems to be deep in thought about something, whilst eyeing up the machine carefully.
Really? He just looks confused to me.
Well, I'm gonna go back down. A bit of a... Oh, this is where I am, right? I wanna go back down. How do I go back down? It ripped itself apart magnificently, didn't it?
Magnificently and mercilessly.
So someone stands in the middle of the machine to be disassembled and then beamed through the air.
Yes, beamed, not blasted. That's the point.
Yes, that part's crucial, really. Something like that even possible, though, Iris?
Oh, Bruno, I'm just a child. How should I know?
A child when it suits you, you mean?
From what I can tell, I think if you're to pull this lever here...
Stop! Don't touch that! Is your name Kronk? You're not supposed to be pulling levers!
That was practically instantaneous kinesis the way you just flew over now, Gregsy.
Please, your ladyship, I didn't mean to startle you, but I can't let you touch anything up here.
So sorry. You can have some of my latest special blend to make up for it.
Glug, 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 glug. Oh, wonderful! Stuff really is wonderful! Mm-hmm. We're representing Professor Harebrained in court tomorrow, Inspector. So we should be allowed to examine the scene. Ah! Listen, Sunshine, even I'm not allowed to touch anything up here. It's that blasted special dispensation for scientific equipment not to blame. It's driving me potty! Yes, yeah. The professor mentioned that too. Well, red tape's all we need. I don't know what the government thinks it's playing at sometimes.
But we're allowed to just look, aren't we?
Eh?
Surely that's all right, isn't it, Gregsy?
Of course, your ladyship. Anything you say, your ladyship. But please don't get your dainty hands dirty, will you?
Don't worry. We wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Bruno?
She really knows how to get what she wants. I want to go back down. I didn't finish talking to Gina! I didn't finish talking to Gina. How do I get back downstairs? Do I have to leave and then come back, I guess? We'll just do this. We'll just do this. Standing Van Zeek's jump scare! Look at him! Why is he standing? Why is he standing like this? That looks like a very bad third position that he's doing there. Like he's stanced up. Like he's ready to like dance or something. He's like Hi.
I think he's ignoring you, Bruno.
The prosecution and defense should avoid speaking outside of the courtroom as a rule. So if anyone is being rude here, it's most certainly the man in black there. Hey, I'm wearing my little green iris outfit.
Well, thank you for setting the record straight. Did you see that? He spoke to me, Bruno.
So, Lord Van Zeeks, have you managed to visit the Great Exhibition yet? Green? What, is it not green? Is his outfit not green? Or it's like turquoise-ish, isn't it? I guess, yeah, turquoise I guess would be more accurate, but it looks like greenish bluish. What is it? It's blue? Well, it looks like turquoise to me, okay? It looks turquoise. He's gone! I need him to get back here and kiss me on the mouth so I can see if it feels familiar. That's all I'm saying. Woo! Alright, let's finish talking to Gina. What? I swear it's like turquoise!
God, it was out of this world, it was. The brainy bloke pulled a bunch of levers on his machine and suddenly started billowing smoke. Then it just went pop. I ain't seen a better experimenter yet.
You thought that was fun? Looking for any excuse to kiss her in the mask? Hey! If it is the dead boyfriend! If he's doing if he did a Kazuma Asogi chooses death thing and then just fucked off to London all by himself and left me, I'm gonna be so upset! Unless this is meant to be like, He's like the Edgeworth originally wanting to be a defense attorney, but then something happened that made him change his mind to become a prosecutor, but... You know? Anyways.
You mean you saw it, Ginny? With your own eyes? Yeah, of course. The boss is in charge here, ain't he? Of keeping everything running smooth, I mean.
The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose? That's gonna take some getting used to.
So I have to say as I'm on duty, and I can do whatever I want to.
You know what, good for you, yeah. Boss makes $1, I make a dime, that's why I do shenanigans on company time.
Get this, I was up in one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching it from above.
Ooh.
Oh, you're so lucky, Ginny. Maybe I should join Scotland Yard too. Yeah, do it.
Aww.
You know how to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You'd have no trouble at all. Then it's settled. When do I start?
No, you can't join Scotland Yard, Iris. You would upset Sholmes.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly, how can Professor Bunnybrain still be claiming that his experiment was so...
Well, if the man exploded, I guess he was technically disassembled.
Oh, right. Well, it was a success, in a way.
Yeah, if the explosion was on the stage, why is there a crack in the tower? How can it have been? Did he, like, get yeeted there? She can't join the yard because all the crimes would be solved immediately. Yeah, she put everyone out of work. Mm-hmm. Surely after the whole machine blew up, no one could call the experiment a success.
It's like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of smoke and the whopping great bang. But where do you think they found the victim's body, eh? In the crystal tower over there.
What? In the tower? Bro was reverse defenestrated, refenestrated, infenestrated, whatever the opposite of that is.
You can see for yourself, can't you? Up there on the scaffold, above the scaffold. Oh, were all the glasses broken, you mean? Yeah, the cage what the victim got in to start with really did get beamed through the air or whatever and landed all the way over there. So, you see, it did kind of work, didn't it?
What? I don't believe it.
I mean, don't get the ins and outs of it, but anything's possible, right? With science. Well, I tell you what, you can add this. It's a plan of the experiments they drew up at the yard.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go on. I had 3 bob offers before, so there's fair.
Yeah, I didn't actually give that to you, did I? Alrighty. Uh-huh. Well, it's worth anyway. Investigating's up the cards for all of us. But you're investigating anyway.
Yes, naughty old Grexy ran off after that without explaining himself. Alright, that. The boss said no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine what blew up yesterday. Well, that's not fair. We're representing the defendant.
In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigations?
Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate neither.
Why?
Who did the boss call him again? The forensic investigation team, I think. Anyway, apart from them lot, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, innit?
So even a Scotland Yard's own detective can't investigate. Yeah, never heard of something like that.
I thought I could have a gander on the quiet though, but the boss caught me at it. You probably heard him give me an earful about it before from down here, didn't ya? It's not bleeding fair.
I think you were giving him as much of an earful back as I remember it.
Yeah, well, sometimes I think it's all them chips what make him so stubborn. You say something to him, Moto? Go on, see if you can get through to him.
Okay, there we go.
We can try, can't we, Bruno? Grexy will listen to us.
Or you, rather. Ow, I think I scratched my nose. Ow. Well, let's finish snooping. Anything up here? We already looked at everything up here. The balloon! I've been meaning to ask you for a while now, but what are those funny round blobs floating in the sky?
Oh, they're the flying balloons I've been talking about. I want to go up in one so much.
I've read about situations like this in a magazine about strange phenomena. Creatures from outer space, coming in round flying objects to attack Earth.
What?
I suppose inhabitants of other planets are bound to be interested in the Great Exhibition. This is it, Iris! It's happening! The world is ending!
It's not, don't worry. I'll explain it all to you later over a nice cup of tea, Bruno.
Alright, is that everything? Oh, the thing itself. This platform must have been set up for the experiment, I suppose. It's very high up.
About 30 feet above the ground, apparently. That's what the policeman I just spoke to said.
I don't really understand feet very well. We don't use... yeah, I know he's talking about the measurements, but, this sentence out of context, I don't really understand feet very well. Out of context, Ace Attorney.
Oh, yes, sorry. It's about 9 meters. But soon you'll have been in London a year, Bruno. It's time you got used to our measurements.
Yes, well, this thing is so tall, the spectators at the front would just see a wall and nothing else.
They probably thought they'd secured the best spot to watch from, only to be disappointed.
There's a saying in Japan, the darkest spot is right under the lighthouse. I feel like it probably applies here. I think that's everything I can inspect here now. Oh, trash. For some reason, the ground is damaged in this spot. Look. Almost as if there was a fire here or something.
Yes. If you look closely, there's some scattered ash and burned embers too.
Well, I suppose there was a big explosion just above here. People probably wouldn't bat an eyelid at a small fire like this, where this would have been.
I'm not sure we English are quite that laid back, Bruno.
This piece of fabric.
Oh, look, what's this? A ripped piece of cloth.
It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. Looks extremely durable. It's not like a hot air balloon.
It's canvas, I think, with some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well.
Maybe that means it has something to do with the explosion.
Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that everything down here? Well, let's go back up. Hi, Gregsy! First, I want to, take a look at all this. This is like almost like a crossbow or something. There's some sort of lever here. Yep, it's a crossbow, baby! What the? What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. Ha! Uh-oh. Must be where the arrows are loaded, I suppose. You've done archery and stuff? I've always wanted to try archery. I thought it looks kind of cool, just for the experience. Maybe I could have beaten Cosmo and Q to archery. Aww, reminiscing! Okay, so the big tower's here, and then the stage is there. This looks like a Doofenshmirtz-inator, like that did like a big beam and goes and shoots the thing, the glass. The other side's completely charred. Looks like layers of thick canvas with a thick rubber lining of sorts. Or is this? I've never seen anything like it before. But applying Mr. Sholmes' methods, you might deduce it was part of a raincoat worn by someone who really, really didn't want to get wet. And the charring must have occurred when the person was struck by lightning. Or maybe not. Alrighty. This belonged to my, maybe dead boyfriend. This is a symbol of a defense lawyer from where I come from, Inspector. Well, it doesn't pass muster here in London. Might as well chuck it in the deep— Oh! How dare you say that this is my most prized possession! How dare you say that about Kazuma, his thing. No one's ever said that to me before. Mr. Shulm suggested I feed it to a dog, though. Why? Everyone's disrespecting Kazuma! If you fry it first, you can— Oh my god, have you— How many deep-fried things have you eaten thinking they were fries, buddy? Potato! The Potato Band! Well, let's chat with him first. Using high-voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body, and then beam him across to the Crystal Tower. It's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public. True, which is by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition, mind. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean. The government's doing everything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment. They're more worried about being ahead of the game than the old spot of public safety infringements. They can be the first to develop some new technology that makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see. I suppose that's true, in a way. So, the powers that be are placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment.
What sort of rights?
I like I paused before saying his name, like, it is sacred! He's special! Kazuma! He's I can't even make words! I swear to fucking God. If he did a Miles Edgeworth chooses death thing, and fucking hell. You always like hair dye He is sacred! He is Ryunosuke's whole reason for becoming a lawyer, even if he didn't die per se, or whatever. He's the one who told Kazuma, he's the one who told Ryunosuke that he would make a good attorney. Man, these Naruhodo boys really are becoming lawyers solely because of a boy, huh? Bit fruity. They're making it so that any theories the brains have remain their legal property, as it were, right through developing into a practical idea and even going into production. Which is the infuriating reason us coppers aren't allowed to touch this crime scene. Because the new Highfalutin Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act forbids it! I see now. The only people with permission to investigate here are from some brand new department at the Yard. The Forensic Investigation Team is called. We've been relegated to keeping guard. The Forensic Investigation Team. Any old fool can see this heap of scrap metal was a sham to begin with. Just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing with it.
Poor Gregsy. He's very het up, isn't he?
Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here? Are you having it, me sunshine? It's the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
Yes. I think Hurley mentioned that recently, with a real twinkle in his eyes, I remember.
I'm sure he did, your ladyship, I'm sure he did. Passed especially for this great exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions to some suit in the civil service, and if it gets rubber stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality. What does that really mean? Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition. Is this like patents? Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me. Put forward by shammers like yourself. Like me? Bruh!
Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun.
Might be fun to you, but a member of the force has to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine it? And science, that's what I say. Oh, jeez.
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job.
Would soon think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions. But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There be no point. Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly. Sorry. Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas. If any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant. Scientists get funding, Exactly. And that's what they're all after. All these shambles coming in far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And who is to keep them all safe, eh? Who has to smile politely and welcome us coppers, that who? So you can see why I say it now, can't ya? Hang science! Hang it!
Oh, maybe I can see your point.
Apparently, Professor Harebrain lives and works in Germany now, conducting his research. That's right. Came back to Britain especially for the Great Exhibition, as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants. Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. He was at university with Van Zooks. Yeah. Eh? What's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zooks mans the prosecution, then as the accused, the professor's fate is sealed. Because the Reaper will get him one way or another. Blimey, the man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his. Talking to Van Zeeks, this morning's paper ran the story of him being attacked. Read that.
Oh yes, but Mr. Reaper's completely fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, huh? How long's that business gonna keep up, I wonder? The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Assman, who was another of the...
Oh no, one of my posters just started falling off my wall. No, my wall stickies are dying. Oopsies.
Lord Brock Van Zeeks is a top-class prosecutor. But even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win. Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zeeks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court. Although the man himself denies that charge. Well, we've done a very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we've reached is that Lord Van Zeeks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would. But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't have just coincidentally died if nobody killed them. I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper. The Reaper of the Bailey, that could be a mystery for IRS, although it's not a Sholmes investigation. Professor Harebrain mentioned something else. He said that at university, Lord Van Zeeks was a totally different person, easygoing and kind. What? He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. No clue. Really? Or is he not... I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh? Well, let's snoop a little more. Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think. Touch anything and I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear? I won't touch a thing, I promise. So please spare a thought for your digestion. Bro must have guts of steel to be able to eat that much fried food and not be on the toilet all the time. Do you think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? Yes, looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine. If we're allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we can answer that question. We can't, can we?
Because of the annoying rules, you mean?
Exactly! The annoying, obstructive, flaming rules! Oh. Look at the base of the machine there.
Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh.
A screwdriver.
Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A.
A shin. Oh no, that's Arthur. Arthur, A for Arthur, I'm guessing. What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything, I said. Touch anything and make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, I said. Yes, yes, I understand. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit. A grown man that says teeny weeny.
But Gracie, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really very, very curious.
Of course, your ladyship, so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this. But I'm afraid I can't let you have it.
But Bruno found it first.
I saw you, I'll investigate it thoroughly. Aye. He's gone off with it.
That was very mean. I'm afraid Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now.
Ooh. Shush, she can be quite petty too. Okay. The London Eye! What is that gigantic thing over there? Looks like an enormous water wheel.
Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins, as you can see.
Man, if he's really here, you gotta take him on there, you know?
Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery.
It's turning? It looks completely still.
Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about half an hour.
Oh my god, that's super slow. It'd be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think? Yeah, amusement parks.
I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Bruno.
There are all sorts of strange buildings here in the Great Exhibition Grounds, aren't there? I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time.
Oh, in your country, Bruno? I do wish I could go and see it. I'd present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one of Hurley's stories I'd written especially. And see if I couldn't get Hurley into a jam against some birdseed master ninjas.
You might not find as many of those sort of people around as you think.
Oh, well, that's dull.
Oh, but I do know a prosecutor for the Shomaki Top Knot. Oh no, but no. The Top Knot is dead, Ryunosuke. I know you don't know that right now, but the Top Knot, died. Rest in peace. And it even got the Nocturne music for it.
A Chomake, really? Do you think I could have my picture taken with him? Do you?
Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes. Well, about that, I seem Susato left some details out of her letter. Okay. That amazing horn-shaped device is pointing toward the Crystal Tower. I suppose once people are disassembled by the machine, they're shot out of that thing to wherever they're going.
I don't think it was supposed to shoot anything, Runo. It was set up to beam people to the Crystal Tower where they'd be reconstructed in their original form.
Well, I don't like the look of that. If it was as amazing as it looks, the accident wouldn't have happened in the first place, of course.
I suppose that's true, yes.
But nothing ever goes according to plan, does it? Balloon! So those are people carrying balloons, dangling silently in the skies over London. I always thought the day would come when humans would discover how to fly. But I never imagined it would involve them being suspended from colorful floating Tamari handballs.
I'm sure it must feel amazing, being up there among the clouds. Let's take a ride together, Bruno, please.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I would like to try it. But without a cast iron guarantee, the thing won't plummet to the ground. I'm too scared.
Oh well, in that case, I should tell you what Hurley said. It's physically impossible for a flying balloon to plummet to the ground as long as it doesn't explode.
Wow, what an insightful observation. Call me crazy, but I think the exploding part might play on my mind a little. Alright, is that everything I can inspect? I think it is. Okay. Okay, there's something here that we haven't done yet. Do I need to show him some of these things? What do you make of this? Personally speaking, 9 times out of 10 I find clues turn out to be red herrings. So there's every chance that's totally irrelevant. I mean, if it's in the court record, it's... I mean, yeah, but if it's in the court record based on the way this game is designed, it's gonna be irrelevant. Inspector, have you read this paper? Yeah. 2 unwelcome blasts back to back, this one at the exhibition and the Reaper getting attacked. I know, terrible news to wake up to, wasn't it? I tried to pretend I hadn't read it and turned over for another 40 winks. Thanks to that, I was late up and got a roasting from the super. Some mornings are like that, aren't they? Look at us making small talk. Right, there's nothing else I can inspect up here, right? Is there something I need to show to Gina down below, maybe? Yeah, I think that is everything. Okay. Hey! Hey, baby girl. His eye sail summer, he's not careful. Hey, Genars. Do you have anything to say about this? Oh, she yoinked it.
Looking for this, Odo. I wonder if you got anything else to show me, eh? What do you reckon?
Give it back first, please. Alright, anything else? Okay. Whoops. Is there anything at all that I missed down here? The tower itself. The explosion, the fabric. Oh, the people up here, yeah. Dodoi.
That's where the guy ended up after his instant kinesis or whatever they called it. Dead, of course.
And yet they're calling the experiment a success.
What's the wooden scaffold there for? The coppers, our lads, set that up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Don't know, really.
Didn't you help to erect the scaffold then?
Nah. Lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition and keeping a lookout for the fun stuff.
Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that, or he'll give you the boot. It's incredible, though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis? Alright, there we go! We're done here now, yay!
Runo, listen!
What is it?
I've been thinking... Hurley might know something, mightn't he?
About what?
About Mr. Reaper!
About what happened to Lord Van Zeeks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Ooh!
Something that changed his life!
He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he?
Here, this is what you need.
What's this, some kind of entrance ticket? Madame Tuspells. Is this supposed to mean something to me?
You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like.
We don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow. Is this where Hurley's working?
But that's where Hurley is.
This popular London attraction?
Yes.
How is it that you know where he is?
Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Bruno.
Madame Tuspells. I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then... stranger things have happened. And when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. Okay.
Let's head there.
Is it like yeah, like Madame Tussauds Max's museum? Wax museum. Max museum, wow. Ooh. What is this place? Look at these terrifying scenes. So many, oh geez, there's a bunch of murder scenes here. Guillotines, ruthless murders. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight.
They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Bruno? Shocked?
Wax models? Ugh. I read about dead bodies in wax once in a magazine about strange phenomena. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn to wax, apparently. It's called, adipose.
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Bruno. You're scaring me. Anyway, adipose doesn't form readily, you know. It's
Ah!
What now?
I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. It was an old lady, maybe a witch. He used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas.
They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them.
Oh.
There's no way anybody commit. I mean, these ones look, I don't know. They're realistic. So gruesome with this man here. Bro is literally standing on the display. Wait. That looks like Beppo's scarf. Or is it like a Patty and Rolly scarf or something? I don't know.
What is it?
Oh. No. Sholmes is always in the scenery, buddy. Oh my god, wait, whoa! Hold up. Ew! Arm! Ew! Oh my god. Arm. Alright. I think I'm gonna pick up with this tomorrow then. I think this is where we'll stop for tonight. If we're about to get into like some big deduction type things or whatever with Sholmes here, I don't want to do that right now. Because it's getting a bit late. But this is where we will pick it up tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know, but we came here to ask about Van Zeeks' past and pry a little bit there, but now we are doing this. Yeah. Yeah. Van Zeeks. Kazuma. What's this mission? I don't know what to think. Did Kazuma Asoki choose death? That's what I'm asking. I'm so scared. Anyways, things are happening. Lots of happenings are happening. But this is... I need a snack. I need to get out of my room because it's kind of warm. And thank you all so much for being here and enduring all this insanity. We'll continue with it tomorrow, and I think I might add a Saturday stream or something because I'm getting really into this, and I want to make some progress at it and everything. Anyways, that's all. Good night. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm losing my mind.